Everyone feels like family and I am back in the city that I love. Cities have the capability of providing something for everybody, only because, and only when, they are created by everybody. There is no solitude in the world like that of the big city. A city that outdistances man's walking powers is a trap for man. Towered cities please us then, and the busy hum of men. The city attaches an exaggerated importance to the healing power of lunch. No city should be too large for a man to walk out of in a morning. Cities get built out of poets' dreams. The pressure of survival in the big city will make you lose sight of your dream. Hang in there. There's something about arriving in new cities, wandering empty streets with no destination. I will never lose the love for the arriving, but I'm born to leave. The city gives even to children a sophisticated look that baffles the casual psychologist. We are in danger of making our cities places where business goes on but where life, in its real sense, is lost. A city is a large community where people are lonesome together. The cities of the world are concentric, isomorphic, synchronic. Only one exists and you are always in the same one. It's the effect of their permanent revolution, their intense circulation, their instantaneous magnetism. The life of our city is rich in poetic and marvelous subjects. We are enveloped and steeped as though in an atmosphere of the marvelous, but we do not notice it. I have never felt salvation in nature. I love cities above all. A soulless city creates soulless people. The single most important thing a city can do is provide a community where interesting, smart people want to live with their families. A city isn't so unlike a person. They both have the marks to show they have many stories to tell. They see many faces. They tear things down and make new again. Any city, however small, is in fact divided into two, one the city of the poor, the other of the rich. These are at war with one another. It's been amazing getting to go from city to city and perform for thousands of people. It's an amazing feeling, and the energy is crazy. The city is a fact in nature, like a cave, a run of mackerel or an ant-heap. But it is also a conscious work of art, and it holds within its communal framework many simpler and more personal forms of art. Mind takes form in the city, and in turn, urban forms condition mind. What I like about cities is that everything is king size, the beauty and the ugliness. It is in the midst of the city that one writes the most inspiring pages about the country. A city is a place where there is no need to wait for next week to get the answer to a question, to taste the food of any country, to find new voices to listen to and familiar ones to listen to again. A large city cannot be experientially known. Its life is too manifold for any individual to be able to participate in it. There is hardly 1 in 3 of us who live in the cities who is not sick with unused self. The great city is that which has the greatest man or woman. If it be a few ragged huts, it is still the greatest city in the whole world. Here in the big city, people spend their time thinking about work and about money. They don't give some value to friendships, and it can be depressing. Cities are the abyss of the human species. Cities have always been the fireplaces of civilization, whence light and heat radiated out into the dark. All that a city will ever allow you is an angle on it, an oblique, indirect sample of what it contains, or what passes through it, a point of view. The catalog of forms is endless. Until every shape has found its city, new cities will continue to be born. When the forms exhaust their variety and come apart, the end of cities begins. What strange phenomena we find in a great city! All we need do is stroll about with our eyes open. Life swarms with innocent monsters. But cities aren't like people, they live on and on, even though their reason for being where they are has gone downriver and out to sea. There's this thing of you can live in a city and be completely alone, not notice anything going on around you. Everybody's got haters, but your city's always behind you. It's only right to give back. There is much to love and to admire in the great city. It is the home of the highest achievements of man and art, literature and science, the source from which the forces of freedom and emancipation have sprung. It is the place where the spirit of humanism and of democracy grown and flourished, where man's quest for knowledge and justice has been pursued most constantly, and truth revealed most faithfully and fearlessly. Different cities boil within each of us. There is so much we hate, the dirt, the poverty, the prejudice. There is so much we love, the one or two friendships that somehow crossed boundaries. The libraries where we joined ourselves to the dreams of others, the places where we composed dreams of our own, the museums where we learned how to defeat time, certain streets, alleys, staircases, apartment house roofs, certain radio stations we would listen to deep into the night, certain newspapers we read as if they were a testament to the ages. We remember the terrors and joys of our early urban wanderings. The city, inhabited by these memories of mine, moves not only backwards into art history, started by the great names which mark every station of recorded time, but also back and forth in the living present, so to speak, among its contemporary faiths and races, the 100 little spheres which religion or lore creates and which cohere softly together like the cells to form the great sprawling jellyfish which is Alexandria today. The city is not all bad nor all good. It is humanity compressed, the best and the worst combined, in a strangely composite community. A city has values as well as slums, excitement as well as conflict. It has a personality that has not yet been obliterated by its highways and gas stations. It has a spirit as well as a set of arteries and a voice that speaks the hopes as well as the disappointments of its people. Cities should be walled with the courage of their inhabitants. Everyone relies on the city and all the public services that it contains. If we have concluded rightly, from what the philosophers say, that cities owe their origin and their existence to their enabling their inhabitants to enjoy a peaceful life, as freed from any inconvenience or harm as possible, then surely the most thorough consideration should be given to the city's layout, site, and outline.